I'm Adriel Hepburn, and this is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Coming up in the news, 8 weeks to wellness begins. Almost 200 leaders awarded, and Global Youth and Children's Day is set to impact the South Bahamas. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Thanks for joining us for your Adventist News. The 8 Weeks to Wellness program began on Monday of this week, and the health professionals are committed to providing information on a variety of medical issues. The instruction has begun on the prevention and management of non-communicable diseases, among other prevalent diseases. At the opening ceremony for the 8-week program, the Minister of Health for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Honorable Dr. Dwayne Sands, was in attendance. In his remarks, he spoke positively about the Seventh-day Adventist Church and their impact on the health of our nation.
I am positive that at the end of this program, with the help of your guides and commitment to your personal goal, you will not only experience healthy weight loss, but physical, spiritual, and mental rejuvenation as well. To the Health Ministry of the Adventists and the Adventist Health Professionals Association, I want to thank you for being committed to educating and steering people towards healthier lifestyles. It is refreshing to know that your organization has synced with the Ministry of Health in trying to get our population well. Wellness of mind, body, and spirit benefits individuals, yes, but also the society at large. I hope that you continue to give back to the community by encouraging people to be aware of their health status and positive health and wellness behaviors. It is my hope, ladies and gentlemen, as I close, that very soon we will hear throughout this archipelago a resounding, I choose to live healthy.
Weekly sessions will be held on Mondays. Registration will continue until March 4th. For more information, call 323-0610, 341-4021, or WhatsApp at 826-8486. The Adventist Certification and Leadership Assessment for Salvation and Service Workshop, referred to as A-Class, was held last week for all youth leaders in the South Bahamas. At the culmination of the 10-hour basic staff training, almost 200 youth leaders were awarded and certified in a service at the Good News Adventist Church. Pathfinder Leadership Award candidates and Adventist youth leaders were recognized for their stellar service to the department. Elder Curtis Bryan, Men's Ministries leader for the South Bahamas Conference, reminded the group that God can use everyone. He called on young generation leaders to continue to use the older ones who are still willing to do God's will. The graduation was held as a climax to the A-Class workshop held to give instruction and to certify leaders in the areas of Pathfinders, Adventurers, and Adventist Youth Ministries. Last week, we talked about how this year's Seventh-day Adventist World Church will be celebrating Global Youth and Children's Day on March 16th. Laverne Stirrup, Children and Adolescents Ministries Director for the South Bahamas Conference, said, quote, "Children have always been a part of this initiative, but this year they'll be involved in a more significant way." Stirrup said the annual initiative reminds us of the call for us to serve as in Hebrews 13:16. "This makes God pleased," she said. "Join children and youth all around the world and let's make a difference." The theme for this year's Global Youth and Children's Day is Adopt. Adopt a prisoner, adopt a patient, adopt an orphan. For the day's event, we are requesting that you wear the official Global Youth Day shirts or the Be the Sermon shirts in the color royal blue. Blue representing our loyalty to our mission and character of Jesus Christ. So, all over the world, persons will see a sea of youth and children in blue displaying acts of kindness in their communities. Persons who are in need of a shirt can inquire with their local leaders as to how they can order a royal blue Global Youth or Children's Day t-shirt, which will be used throughout the year for a number of Mission Transform 242 projects. After the acts of kindness carried out by the youth and children, they will march to the Edmund Moxie Park where a big rally and concert will be held. The community is invited to come and enjoy music from the Mass Children's Youth Choir of our conference along with other youth groups. After this short break, we'll have the upcoming events in the South Bahamas Conference.
Under the theme, I Choose to Live Healthy, the annual 8 Weeks to Wellness program, initiated by the Health Ministries Department of our conference, will take place at the H.D. Colburn Gymnatorium on Wolf Road. Registration is only $50, and the program begins February 25th at 6 p.m. and will continue until April 29th 2019. Learn about cancer prevention, nutrition, mental and emotional balance. Receive instruction on how to prevent, control, or reverse non-communicable diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure and cholesterol, stroke, and respiratory diseases. This is a good way to look out for your health. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Call 341-4021 or 323-0610. Registration for 8 Weeks to Wellness continues on Monday, March 4th at 4 p.m.
Welcome back, and thanks for watching our Adventist News. I'm Adriel Hepburn. This Saturday, March 2nd, in our Adventist churches around the globe will be an International Women's Day of Prayer, where the Women's Ministries Department will emphasize their walk with Jesus. In conjunction with this, a number of our churches here in the South Bahamas will be hosting events for the ladies. On March 1st at the Centerville Church is the Women's Ministries Agape Feast, to be held at the church's Fellowship Hall at 6 p.m. under the theme, Change Me Now. On March 2nd, New Providence Church, Women's Ministries will host an event called Divas in Denim at 7 p.m. at the church. And on the 3rd of March, Hillview Women's Ministries prayer breakfast will be held in their Fellowship Hall between the hours of 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. In our family violence in Scrub Hill, Long Island, at the Stevens Church, the women will meet for prayer breakfast at 8 a.m. under the theme, God's Beloved Daughters. Women's Ministries leaders and GEMS coordinators interface will be held at the South Bahamas Conference Office at 10 a.m. Convention for Family Island Church Districts will be held next weekend during March 8th through 10th. The conference administration, departmental directors, and pastors assigned to churches on these islands will share in what is expected to be a time of spiritual refreshing. Each year, members of the Seventh-day Adventist Church living throughout the family violence look forward to this spiritual conclave as they are informed about the plans for the conference and receive materials and training to advance the work of God. Convention is also a time of worship, fun, and fellowship, and according to Pastor Kenny DeVoe, president of our conference, this year's convention will leave an indelible imprint on the communities where our churches are located. Members in Nassau are asked to pray for our brothers and sisters on the family islands, and we encourage you to visit whenever you are able to do so. This Saturday afternoon at 4:30 p.m., the Children and Adolescent Ministries, in collaboration with the Youth Ministries Department of the Good News Adventist Church, will host a parenting seminar. It promises to be an informative session as a number of professionals and guest presenters in the field will be imparting knowledge to those in attendance. The meeting is open to the public. For more information on these events and more, visit the conference website at southbahamasconference.org, where you view the news as well as other programming, view the weekly logos, or feel free to call our headquarters at 242-341-4021.
I am Chelsea Gibson, a gem from the Philadelphia Seventh-day Adventist Church, and this is your tip for today. The teenage years are a period of intense physical, emotional, and mental intellectual growth. It's also a time when your child develops habits that can last a lifetime. You can help your teenager reach optimal growth and development by instilling lifestyle habits that support a healthy and happy body. Eat your fruits and veggies. It is recommended that teens get at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables each day. Fruits and vegetables provide important vitamins and minerals your teen body needs to grow and function properly. Get moving. Exercise does more than burn calories. Engaging in physical activity helps keep the heart and lungs strong and produces endorphins, which are chemicals that improve mood. Watch what you drink. Your body is almost 2/3 of water, so staying hydrated is most important. Teenagers should aim to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. The number increases for teens who engage in sports and are especially active. Other good sources of fluids include 100% fruit juice and low-fat milk. Sugary and caffeinated beverages should be eliminated from the diet completely as they provide excess sugar and empty calories. If you don't snooze, you lose. Teenagers need at least 9 hours of sleep each night to function at their best during the day. It sounds easy enough, but with early morning start, late afternoon practices, and hours of homework, getting enough sleep can be a challenge. Set a regular bedtime that allows for 9 hours of sleep before your teen has to get up for school. Your teen should also engage in at least an hour of quiet time prior to bedtime. The goal is for all electronics to be turned off at night so that the brain and body can relax. Remember 1 Corinthians 10 verses 31. Therefore, whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do it all to the glory of God. I am Chelsea Gibson, and this has been your health tip courtesy of the Adventist television. Remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network for our news feature from around the world.
Thank you so much for joining us this week.
First in the news, communicators from around the world are still in Jordan at the Global Adventist Internet Conference.
That's right, during the GAIN conference, the Adventist Development and Relief Agency launched their new advocacy campaign, Every Child, Everywhere in School.
The campaign is an urgent call to leaders around the world that all children, regardless of race, age, nationality, gender, religion, or origin, have a right to earn and complete an education, and that being in school is the recognition of the value and potential of each individual child.
The campaign aims to collect 1 million signatures by 2020 through grassroots efforts in collaboration with the Adventist World Church.
ADRA aims to petition world leaders to take action for children to receive a quality education and live free from exploitation and the shackles of intergenerational poverty.
Already, 131 ADRA offices around the world have pledged support for this global campaign.
To sign the petition and to get more resources, please visit adra.org/inschool.
That's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. We thank you for sharing your news stories and upcoming events with us, and we encourage you to continue by emailing them to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com or by calling our media department at 242-341-4021. For rebroadcast of the Adventist news, please visit the conference website at southbahamasconference.org or on our Facebook page. On behalf of our production team of Adventist Television Channel 658, thank you for watching this week's broadcast. I'm Adriel Hepburn for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.